Now, I will present my research with title The Concept of Islamic Housing in Anticipating the Transmission of Coronavirus COVID-19. My name is Putri Suryandari, Lecturer Prodi Architecture, Engineering Faculty, Budi Luhur University, Jakarta. So I'm doctoral student Islamic Architecture at UIN Jakarta. Today our discussion is with five parts. The first is introduction. Second, requirement to break the chain of COVID-19 in residential houses. Third, Islamic architectural housing concept. Fourth, discussion and result. And five, conclusion. I will start with introduction. The worst health disaster today has hit mankind all over the world. Approximately 200 million people were infected with COVID-19 and 4.5 million people died due to this epidemic worldwide. Lockdown and social distancing in big cities have been carried out to break the chain of the spread of the coronavirus. Islam also teaches lockdown and social distancing to prevent the transmission of disease outbreaks such as COVID-19. At the time of Rasulullah SAW, there was a similar epidemic, namely the Ta'un plague. During the time of Rasulullah SAW, there was 5 times outbreak, dangerous like this. At the same time, there is an adjustment in the pattern of life, as well as the pattern of our activities at home. Architecturally, more attention is being paid to the spatial pattern of houses and yards to solve some of the problems inherent in dense urban housing, particularly in anticipation of this outbreak. As Muslims, we must get signs or verses from the Quran and Hadith regarding homes that can reduce the impact of the entry of disease, COVID-19. Then how to apply these verses to modern homes in urban areas. The problem is, how is the concepts of Islamic houses that are anticipatory to disease? How to transform the concept of Islamic houses into modern homes that are anticipatory to COVID-19. Research purpose, to get an conception of Islamic living space in which is anticipatory to disease outbreak, to get a modern outdoor layout design concept that is anticipatory to coronavirus based on Islamic concept. Research method, based on the current condition in the form of the large-scale social restriction in Jakarta affected by the COVID-19 outbreak. This research method cannot conduct a survey, so it uses a descriptive research method with a qualitative approach. Location data was taken based on interviews with home owners and photo and video as residential condition. The analysis uses a comparative descriptive method, literature review, describing factual condition by presenting facts in the field and comparing them between one condition and another. Requirement to break the chain of COVID-19 in residential houses. Summary from various sources, the general requirement for houses to prevent transmission include, according to health practitioners and Healthy City trustees in the East Jakarta area by Dr. Yulia Mulyati. Therefore, we have a place for washing hand, limbs outside the house. Second, we have healthy space or private room for self-isolation. Routinely maintain the cleanliness of the house and the environment. Maximize the sunlight for energy nature and open space for sunbathing or yard. Islamic architectural housing concept from Al-Quran and Hadith. First, Surah Yunus 87. Meaning of for occupancy, houses are also a place for prayer, meaning a house must have private space and houses must clean. An-Nahl 80. The house is place of rest and must be in accordance with climatic condition, geographical and cultural factor. An-Naba 13 in Yunus 5. The house should use natural energy resources. Arad 35, the house has open space for the flow of water and plants or courtyard. Hadith of Muslim, history, the house of Rasulullah SAW, Muslim house is a simple house. Surah Al-Baqarah 144, the house should face the Qibla, west direction in Indonesia. Islamic architectural and modern house concept. First, traditionally, the Islamic house has always been said to be a courtyard type dwelling. The design has a cosmic meaning as an archetype in the Arab Muslim environment. The yard house has a value that is recognized as a type of dwelling that incorporates nature into the house without sacrificing personal life. Second, this concept is by the concept of housing based on the Quran and Hadith, except that the house must be small and simple. For example, Islamic house is a plan of typical traditional Islamic courtyard house of Tunis. Space organization. The house is the right direction to the west. They have outdoor and then come to some public area, semi-public, courtyard, and the private area. The conception, the interior space consists of private spaces, courtyard, semi-public, and public spaces. Private space is limited by public and semi-public spaces, and the courtyard has separating space. Map layout, this is a outdoor, transition space, and indoor space. In the modern house, the concept of modern housing refers to the efficiency, economical, and minimalist factors. This is due to the lack of land and the need for a lot of urban housing. This is a layout for modern residence space. Space organization is outdoor and then public area, yard, and then private area. Conception, the inner space is directly accessible without going through an intermediary space because the space is not very big. It is very small space. Map layout, outdoor, transition space, and interior space. Finding and discussion. Ray Oldenburg 1991, in the book The Great Good Place, describes there are three worlds or realms that exist between human life. He called in the first place, second place, and third place. Transitional space as an open space is needed. However, urban housing conditions that do not have adequate land. If you follow this conception, below is an analysis of the relationship between the concept of urban residential spatial planning based on Islamic conception in the pandemic era. Based on the concept of Islamic house, for modern house, the main building face west for Indonesia, and there are three main roofs, namely indoor, transition, and outdoor. This is a transformation layout of the Islamic house for modern house. Islamic house layout is outdoor, transition, and indoor. Then we find the transformation for modern housing is public area, outdoor space, and private area, and then public atau outdoor space, then semi-public or transition space, and then private or indoor space. discussion. The housing analysis here is by the Islamic residential concept with criteria, among others, the main door facing west, the size of the layout of the minimalist plan, the use of lighting and natural ventilation, and the setting being in the middle of the city. Type A, urban kampung dwelling. Residential in the middle of the village with the maximum density with characteristic according to the Islamic concept, an area of 100 meter square and main door facing west. There is a transition room, maximum natural lighting and ventilation during the day. This is the map. The area is in the west, South Jakarta. Is this facade and house layout. This is alternative space component. 1. 2-point washing hand and feet. And this is we can washing the hand before we come to the house, and 2-point we can do washing the hand and feet. Due to small area, maximum cleaning is possible. Sunlight source. In this area, 3, 1 area and 2 area have sunlight source because this is the outdoor, this indoor and this outdoor space. Isolation room, the farthest distance from other rooms and close to sunlight. Is if number 4, this room can use 2 isolation room. Allow social distancing on the second floor. Yeah, this house is the second floor. So the allow social distancing in the second floor. The type of apartment, location is gateway apartment in the middle of the city with a characteristic according to Islamic concept. Unit area 36 meter. Main door facing west, there is a transition room, maximum natural lighting and ventilation during the day. This is the layout of apartment, and this is a unit interior 2-bedroom unit. The door is facing to the west, and alternative space component, hand and foot facing point, there's only one space, and this space is in the interior space as well. Sunlight source is in the east area. This is a balcony. Isolation room, the furthest distance from other room and close to sunlight. And this is the number 4 is for isolation room, and does not allow social distance because it's very small space and everybody can see in this space in interior space. Analysis layout and anticipatory Islamic city residential space again COVID-19. Relation map. A type. This point can be at 2 points at point O and point F. Room size 100 square meter, efficient enough for frequent cleaning. Maximum natural light, there are several rooms with natural lighting. Isolation of the patient, there is one room with optimal natural lighting and close to access. Social distance, there is a transition space for social distance. Type B, apartment, only 1 point at O, very efficient small unit for cleaning. Maximum natural light, only 1 room. Isolation of the patient, there is 1 room that is not optimal. There is no open transition space for social distance. So type A type is general, can be used for all city dwelling, although it's less anticipatory for disease. Type B is good enough for urban residential type that have a narrow outer yard. discussion. Based on the analysis of the two residents, it can be said, although the apartment units are the most efficient, the layout of the door space, which is integrated with the transition room, makes the location for washing hands and feet too forced. And the room that allow anti-epidemic is not created optimally, so that single horizontal dwelling still have a better ability to anticipate COVID-19. One thing that fits the concept of Islamic house in a modern home design is minimalist. This is efficient and economical minimalist concept fit perfectly with the Islamic home concept in the COVID-19 pandemic conditions. Minimalist housing is relatively easy to clean because of its small sizes, such as low and medium apartment unit and houses. A small house makes it easier for air and natural lighting to enter the room and circulate well, so that the house is healthier, especially for the current pandemic condition. By the Surah An-Naba, verse 13, that the sun is a lamp that can give light and positive energy to humans. A house with the optimal sun can be a good isolation room for people with COVID-19. The result of the study showed that the coronavirus is 3 times more sensitive to UV rays in the sun than influenza A. 90% of coronavirus particles are deactivated after only half an hour of exposure to sunlight at noon in summers. For some Muslims, spiritual values are a component of their healthy beliefs, and as such, spiritual needs may take precedence over physical needs. Religious beliefs can also influence the idea of healing Muslim patients. Conclusion: the conception of Islamic and traditional Islamic housing is influenced by the belief factor society regarding the cosmic balance and value by the Quran and Hadith. Humans, nature, and God are important elements in mapping out the residential layout. This conception is transformed into the pattern of lying the indoor space, transition space, and outdoor space in modern dwellings. In modern housing, anticipatory spatial pattern for the disease are found in the laying of transitional space that are transformed into garden inside or outside the building terrace shape. Collaboration of Islamic conception on the layout of modern housing will be more and more general points that can be used for anticipatory residential element against the COVID-19 outbreak. And then the end of my presentation. And thank you very much.